Welcome back, guys, to the Royal Sea Cup. Epulze, SeekNStrike, and by my side, YoloLee. Looking forward to get to catch with you, my friend. Most importantly, we're looking forward to the rest of our series. Apologies for those issues.
So sorry.
Stream is back, and hopefully we'll be smooth sailing from here on out as we have one heck of a matchup. Boom Esports versus RRQ. Boom starting this one off on defense here on splits. What are your initial thoughts?
We're going to be very interesting now because we are both looking at both Indonesian teams and both names very prominent. A lot of history, not just in FPS game titles, but in other game titles as well. But anyway, with the new teams coming from Valorant, I'm expecting a lot of civil rivalry here coming from both of these teams because this is not the first time. Maybe we are not sure whether probably they did some scrims with each other or do a little bit of training behind the scenes. But for any competitive tournaments, they have been with each other, but they never really go toe-to-toe with them.
Yeah, actually, we almost saw it in the League of Game community. Twice. Season 3 specifically, the most recent one. Boom Esports actually were going to be the next opponents had RRQ actually won their matchup. So who knows? Woulda, coulda, shoulda. Now this is going to be the time to figure out who is going to be the better team.
Oh yes, definitely for sure. Who's going to be the better team? Now it literally all comes down to what kind of line composition or what kind of strategies they really want to go for here. For now, for the past 2 days, we've seen a little bit of unique plays, but most importantly, the first game as well, the first Viper pick.
That's
Very
right.
interesting.
Team Todak, the Malaysian team, so the home crowd, of course, here.
Malaysia pride, baby.
The home crowd from home, all cheering them on. But yeah, they started off with a 2-0 win. We'll see as this one is going to be the Indonesian team.
Yes.
See how they can get it done.
Yeah, this is going to be really interesting. Because if we look at both lineup compositions as well, both of them has very similar plays. They like so. Of course, meta-wise, it's always a must to have a Solver, Cypher, and a Breach. But we see a little bit of uniqueness between both teams because we have seen Boom Esports. They have played a lot of Reyna, followed by Phoenix, whereas on the other team here, RRQ, they love that Phoenix. But whatever we're going to be seeing here on Split, I will be very excited because Split is the one of those kind of maps which has a 90-degree angle corners. And you have to take those fights head on with those. Not really, you can't really go for those casual picks. Like, oh, maybe he might not be here. No, you can't make those kind of assumptions anymore.
A lot on the entry fragments, I think is what you're saying. Lots of aggression, especially in that mid lane. So important to maintain control both on attack as well as defense. You don't want to be losing heaven on either way, actually. The sites are so hard to take, both for the defenders and attackers, so it's important to try and maintain control as we will be getting our first map. As we said before, Boom Esports here on the attack. RRQ locking in on the defender side. For the side of Boom Esports, we're going to have a Breach, Omen, Cypher, Sage, which makes a lot of sense here, as well as that Raze.
Really, absolutely amazing. And the thing is this, Split is possibly one of the maps which you can actually play the Sage on because there is a lot of places which you can use to elevate and just block and literally slow down any potential aggressive push coming from the other side of the team here. By the way, beautiful engagement going to be coming from the rest of the team as they're slowly taking that pace. Look at the middle right now. We're going to be about to see a potential clash between NextJax and their opponent Jack. Wow! Swift engagement as well coming in for him here.
Yeah, free Ghost as well, switching over from the Classic as now Blaze King is going to be returning the favor onto one. Down 7. Oh my god, it is popping off now over in the B site. Heaven control though maintained by Boom as they will be able to set up in the site. The retake attempt, however, by RRQ here. Can they get the job done? The spike has been planted and they've set themselves up nicely here to defend from Heaven.
NextJax gonna go for a couple of attacks as well. Constantly picking back from what is double save by instantly. Adrian K followed by Super Assist. Engages in with a beautiful headshot on the pick. Now it's gonna be coming down to this 1v2. This Breach playing ring around a Rosie. Trying to be as silent as possible. Gonna go for the pick by Sally. Adrian King going back, gonna sidestepping back. We'll be able to secure this round with having 2 members and even defusing this fight. Still coming towards the mix as well. Now everyone is trying to calm down, and I love the fact that they really brought back both Raze. Really great lineup, especially since it's just a lot of corners you need to cover with that bomb, with the paint shield as well. You're gonna be able to force a lot of members out of those really obvious corner or angle picks here. So gonna be really happy to see how well they're gonna be playing this. So now this is gonna be the second round. Since RRQ won the first round, they're going to be able to go for this anti-eco bias here. So we are spawning out 4 Spectres, fully armored by the way, but Asterix still holding on with that catch, and I believe he's going to be trying to opt for that operator back in round number 3 here. And whereas for the other side here, Boom, going to be playing a little bit safer, not going to go for any force buys here. Not to say they're not confident that they can pull it off, but it's always a little bit more safer to just save it and try to do as much damage as much as possible.
Yep, definitely with the anti-eco.
Coming down to the base as well. Look at it towards the side. A majority of member Boom forcing through this mid. Most importantly, I love that smoke they did towards mid side, high mid here, because that's going to allow them to give a little bit more cover as they slowly push towards B tower.
RRQ, yeah, can they swing around? There's 3 now with the paint shells coming through, but look at that, the SMG chewing through 1 before Fire is able to return fire. Oh, he's going to grab 2, but Blaze King all the way from lower is going to be able to get 2 picks for his 3rd kill of the round, and that should be just about the round secured here for RRQ.
Don't forget the spike is actually going to be dropped. That's a really parallel situation, but that's going to allow SuperSys to finally pick up fire here. And once again, RRQ with the gun advantage will be able to tie this round 2-0. Although yes, unfortunately, RRQ will lose 2 members here. They're going to be forcing themselves to go for the buy, but then again, they still have enough money and economy. They're going to be able to rebuy back here. But Boom Esports, this is round number 3. This is the round where Boom Esports will try to turn things around because they now have enough economy to go for the full buy here with all the rifles here. So we're looking at 4 Vandals and 1 Phantom, whereas our dear friend Asterix here from the side here of Boom, they managed to save enough to get for himself that operator. Now coming down to the mix as well, everyone's slowly pushing to the mix. Look, I love the fact that Boom is playing a little bit more safe, but here comes the aggression. They're trying to push forward. It's a beautiful trade-off coming from Fire. Beautiful getting that double kill, but Asterix will punish him for it. But then again, a trade is a trade. 2 for 2 here, and that's going to be coming down to a 3v3. But at the same time, Boom Esports does not have a rough idea where is the remaining members of RRQ. They're currently like all split up because they want to give enough information. And we're talking about Cypher. Cypher is enough to literally anchor down the point for himself. But how long can he do it? Because right now we see Boom playing a little bit more aggressive towards his side. Before rotation coming from the side, he reached and the dark cover to mask their presence. He has to make a choice whether he want to go through the smoke. But Blaze King gonna go for the side corner. There's the beautiful flash from Marcelo. It's not gonna be enough, but Marcelo is gonna be able to pick up a beautiful kill. Full of my dash checks as well. Now comes out to the 1v2. There's the rotation. Ashley has to make a play. He has the operator. Spots him as well, but he's not willing to take that big because where's the second man? Oh, he got him from the wall, pay for the ref, and a double kill as well. He managed to turn things around and clutch it for the team.
Asterisk is just incredible there on the Jet operator. What a clutch. In heaven, of course, you're always going to have that nice advantage. But still, just that aim. As soon as that next round is in the chamber, he's already firing it. It's on the way to RRQ.
Still, now coming back into the game as well. Although, yes, Asterisk was beautifully able to cluster around for the team, a lot of damage has been done here. But then again, this is going to be allowing Boom Esports. So if they were to lose this round again, they will be able to get that second round lose bonus for themselves. But it all comes down to how well they're going to be doing for this game. But then again, a lot of equals. Boom Esports very, very safe with their plays here. Still, another round of eco. Definitely, I'm like all the viewers back at home, especially the Boom fans, is a little bit sad because of a little bit too passive plays coming up from Boom Esports. But do not judge them, ladies and gentlemen, too much because they are playing a little bit safe. Because each round here, this is the best of 2 here. This team is not willing to give out a single round unless they're completely sure they can try to take the win for the team here. Asterisk finds out, oh, he gets a beautiful entry frag, by the way, and with the tailwind, he's also able to get away with it. Gets a follow-up, there's the double kill, fall back to the head as well. Pushing it, they know Fire, trying to get the play with the paranoia, will be able to secure and punish Asterisk for it. But then again, 2 teammates will fall here. The damage has been significant here, but I believe RRQ is still willing to go for this push. Towards the beat, talking about the rotation coming up from SuperSys was able to pick off Frost Mystic from behind by King Leo.
Yeah, the A site's completely open, but they're still making a play towards B here now. Boom holding this site quite closely as now on over to A they go. I think they've realized that this site is completely open for the taking, so the Cypher and Breach will head on over. It's actually a perfect mirror matchup here, 2v2, same exact agents. Not a similar loadouts, unfortunately, as the operator shot will miss. Fire in heaven, gets the flash, pulls out the pistol, but cannot get off any shots before Notorious sprays him down with that Vandal.
Cypher, last one standing as well. Our dear friend King Leo, the big king himself, with the spike plant as well, has to hold down the fort all alone. But here comes the rotation. It's going to be coming from A long here towards this side here. He has quite the angle to get ready to pick them off one by one.
Indeed. Now RRQ, can they actually get this done? Looking to try and delay the defuse. King Leo is going to find the first. Now it's down to his evil twin, the incorrect Cypher. Who will stand true? And it's going to be King Leo with the clutch down to the 1v2 scenario. He's able to delay the defuse, and look at him celebrate.
Hey, finally, the eco round is finally working out for them. Although yes, a lot of trades has been happening, so pretty good stuff coming from both of this team here, and I can't wait to see how else they're going to be doing it from. So coming from this round here, Boom Esports still had quite the savings they had from the previous round, so they will be able to go for this full buys.
It's a half buy actually for Boom.
Oh, yeah,
you can see they did have enough for the Phantoms on Supersys as well as Adrian King, but the top fraggers here, Asterisk on the Jet, is just out of money completely here. RRQ instead, they're going to be the ones that have the equal control. Look at Asterisk though! Oh, hello! Where are you going, Raze? Thank you for flying right into my knives.
Oh man, what a beautiful initiation with the Blade Storm as well. Now the rest of the team slowly pushing it, although one man short here. That's not going to stop RRQ at all. They're still taking this nice and easy and nice and slow with this slow pace with this engagement. They still have 2 more Cloudbots, and they're going to try to figure out how well they're going to be engaging towards this A side.
Yeah, they're really committed towards A, although as I say that, they're going to be lurking back through the sewers. Boom Esports, though, they're playing it patiently. Their man in Vents still currently not deciding to push any further, so they will be yielding this mid control. Cypher, all alone in B, can definitely hold it down. He's got that camera overlooking into B Heaven. Let's see, it's going to be up to RRQ to decide where they want to go in round number 5.
Everyone's still taking nice and easy, but remember, we still have 45 seconds on the clock here, so they cannot take too long, and they really want to force themselves into this side. Although Boom still has the man advantage, they also have got a gunfire for themselves. It all comes down to whether RRQ is willing to take the gamble and try to pick up for these corners here.
Yeah, they don't have the wall on Sage here, which is going to be holding the side a bit difficult, especially in this 4v5 scenario. Now they've shown towards A. Boom, they're going to make the rotations. Not quite yet. The mid-man's still watching there, but now King Leo into the back of sight. Adrian King able to return onto 1. That Super Assist from Heaven is going to be able to nullify this push. Everyone just going right into the crossfire. They're unable to even get into the site as Adrian King will swing around for the 3rd and final kill in the elbow. 4th win here for Boom Esports.
Oh, Boom Esports just constantly punishing RRQ time and time again. The part about it is that RRQ, they are slowly feeling the pressure, like, alright guys, even though how many times we're trying to play with the economy here, maybe we need to try a little bit more aggressive now, because Boom Esports constantly, the slow pace it's not really working out for them against a team lineup like Boom Esports.
It's so difficult as well if you can't get a man up ramps into Heaven or A to try and push back the man holding down A long or A main. How do you get down there? It's just a hallway of death. One heck of a choke point, especially if you don't have any smokes, if you don't really have any other utility to be using. YoloLee, it's difficult to end there. Now they're going to be peeking through mid lane, see what they can get done on this half by round. I do see a Bulldog there. Let's see if they can get this started off correctly, but nope, it's going to be Adrian King yet again finding the kill onto the breach. We do have one into ramp though, it's the Cypher.
Dude, all these entry frags is definitely not going to be, it's not working out for RRQ at all. Like, how many times going to go for a pick? But beautiful coming from Ash with that headshot as Talon was trying to make the play for the team here and try to get this control towards his mid, but we get punished for it. Now RRQ losing 2 members instantly, they start to play even more passive. They're just pretty much holding their angles, holding their position, and not sure whether they want to try to retake this Cypher or even save this round.
Yeah, we got this operator now on the Raze, lurking and thinking about going into B Heaven, as there we go, Frosty Misty able to get the nice advantage there onto Asterisk, just kind of running him down. Asterisk not quite prepared for that 4v3 scenario. They do have B Heaven control here at the very least. Well, it's actually left. A ramp still contested, so the Omen and Raze have to stay here as the bomb is going to be rotating on through ramp, through vents rather.
Notorious gonna be using the road all the way up here to B tower, but a beautiful pick up coming for Super Assist, covering that angle from Rhodes. Falls back a little bit, trying to get a better angle and corner to secure himself as he go for a potential push coming from the side of RRQ. But 10 seconds on the time as well. They had it. Beautiful flashpoint and the Notorious. So Notorious as they pick up King Leo, but that's coming with the blaze kit. 1v3, not enough time for the plan, and this is gonna be another round for Boom Esports.
Looking for the exit frag here, but they're not willing to peek the operator, I think wisely, so they're gonna just let them escape with their life. But a great job there by the Raze, and great teamwork as well with the Omen immediately following up from below with the Paranoia, and able to make sure that they're not able to pick her off if she jumps down from the vents in A Heaven. So great stuff there, fantastical, and a great map reading, good patience overall from Boom Esports. Just wait it out, play their game. They know on defense they have the big advantage here. 5 is usually the magic number that I like to see. If you can get up to 5 rounds here on attack on split, I think you set yourself up for a very good defensive half here. That's what we've seen before be the magic number. 4 to 5, I think, is still a pretty good effort on the attack side. So we'll see here as RRQ now into our 7th round. Do have another bit of an eco round coming their way.
No, absolutely well said, by the way, SeekNStrike, as they slowly come to the mix here. But remember, this mid is going to be very crucial, especially this is going to be on the map or split. Now we see Ashley on the Jet and Operator. We know how annoying this combination is, especially Jet players is able to not just get an easy pickup with the Operator, but they're easily able to just get away with it with that tailwind. By the way, Dark Cover, he's going to find going to be forcing a little bit aggressive. By the way, beautiful play by Torres on the side angle. They didn't really want to call it. And he's going to be beautiful triple kill, but finally get pushed down as Blaze King gets shot out by Next Jax.
Yeah, indeed. They just forgot to peek the corner. They're going to a picture-in-picture as they will... Oh, that was a replay from last round, pardon. As Boom Esports, though, they still have 5 versus 2 against the Eco. RRQ, it's going to be their prerogative to try and get anything else, but Supersys not letting that one happen. We still have this Operator to be tried. Nice to try and save it. There's a little bit of Eco damage onto the enemy raid, but a nice position by the Jets. As they're not ready to peek the angle now. The 2-man swing. Oh my god, gets the classic off, but it's going to be the 4K overall. Thor Notorious just patiently waited in the mailroom there, and, well, the package is here for him, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, that's like quite... I'm pretty sure he's just like, surprise, fool! But that's pretty much why Breach is started getting really popular. Not because of the patch and also the additional of 2 more flashpoints. 2 more charges for his flashpoint, but most importantly, because of the fault line, it's such a great counter to any operator player or any person who is actually scoping in, because the fault line not only staggers you to these scopes.
Yeah, that's exactly true. I did like the overall play from RRQ. They knew that there was a Jet Operator there. Operator famously not good in close range encounters, especially compared to pistols. So that's your chance to kind of rush down the Jet. So you already used the dash, right? Unfortunately, they forgot to check their corners, and they were gunned down by the Vandal that was waiting for them. But now, 8th round here, YoloLee. RRQ with the full buy. Another Operator here in the hands of Next Jax. So we'll see if we can make use of this one.
Next Jack slowly being very aggressive about it. I guess they figure out they don't really like this. They don't really like this holding out this playing this slow plays at all. They're gonna be pushing in. There's the face shot right in front of the back. Ooh, what a beautiful entry frame, but then again it's easily checked out by Talent 7. Now you got the counter initiation coming from both sides here of Boom Esports. Trying to go play ring around already. There's a slow orbital trying to force that back, but Talent 7 with the double kill followed by Frost Mystic with a bit of a spray down with the Vandal on Notorious. Now we're looking at a 2v4 here. Now this is looking a little bit more fresh to the side of RRQ, but here comes the showstopper. Put Talent 7 down to the ground here, but Incident of Overhaul will put Supersys out of commission here.
This is going to be tough here. A really hard retake for Asker. He's going to find the kill onto 1, though, down to the 1v1 scenario. The spray through the smoke, not going to find it. Asker's actually, he sprays back, picking up the Vandal as another shot rings through, not finding the mark, but again, to the classic for Next Jax, as he will be able to clutch this 1v1 scenario. I am so surprised that the B main rush worked out for them there. They just weren't entrenched. Boom Esports, they decided they had heaven control. They knew they had all the intel that RRQ, it was a full commit through the main. I'm surprised they didn't just kind of back off and maintain heaven control.
It's a very fresh look or fresh change up as well, because for the last few rounds they've been playing very safe, playing very equal, going with the slow plays here, but this time they were like, you know what, we're attackers, we have weaponry. If we play slow, they're going to pick us off one by one, especially since they're pushing from a very tiny corridor. They just rush right all the way in, get the control, get that vision, get as much information, and they were able to pick up a lot of the team.
Definitely a classic rush B move here, so we could see a double peek. There's going to be the smoke, not quite covering them off. Asterisk needs to be careful, already holding the angle here. Is going to be the raise. Oh, I think they threw out the bomb buddy or something. Unfortunately, that's going to be the Operator dropped, and well, they still have plenty of utility. Sage Wall will go up, unwilling to break that. Oh my god. Look at that. Talent actually taking a shot there as the wheel go hit with the re-ice. Oh, Supersys though dropping the showstopper at Asterisk as well with the ultimate, finding the pick onto King Leo, completely nullifying the revive there. Well played.
So Sally actually once again punishing RRQ. This is going to be the second pickup as well. And then make that a third as he put Frosty Misty down to the ground here in that 9th round.
Yep, that's going to be 6 kills there. The 6-kill flawless round as they did actually get the Sage ulti off. right into the showstopper. Just super well played. Beautiful usage of the ultimate there for Super Sis. Couldn't really ask rather for a better usage there of the ultimate. To me, what I think this almost comes down to is RRQ, they have to guess or they have to mind game wherever Asterisk is not holding down. Every single time they run into Asterisk, it's like running into a brick wall, YoloLee.
Yes.
And it just goes so poorly for them. That B rush, though, they were able to just walk themselves around. Asterisk then rotating on through for the 2v1 is not able to clutch it. So again, I think that's really what this side is breaking down to. Just Asterisk is such a presence here on the Jet operator. Is Adrian King able to rotate on back? He's actually get the port up and the kill onto one, but immediately returned by Fire as they have taken sight here with the rush. Super Sis with the Phantom, though. Asterisk is insane with the classic kill return, the favor, and the operator in his hand. Frosty Missy at least trades with Notorious as the retake is still in progress.
Dude, what was really amazing, the fact that he actually saw the stab mid-animation and they didn't know where he was going. He was actually teleporting right behind her and picked her up and punishing her really hard. Although, yes, eventually he will fall. But with the spike diffuse here, defenders, or both Esports in this case, will take round number 10.
Yep, indeed. Nothing personnel kid there as he TPs right behind and kills him. Flashed as well, so a bit lucky there, but definitely knew where he was looking. But now another full buy for RRQ. We saw there the Omen, I believe, Frosty Missy, deciding to escape with his life and a stolen Vandal. So he's going to be having plenty of money this round and perhaps into the next as we get into round number 11 here. So another eco round for them. I'd really like to see them get at least one more here to have a good chance on the defender side. Otherwise, the eco control, your enemies, if they just play the economy game, can really whittle you down on the attack. So we'll see how it gets going here as they will kind of lurk into mid lane from the sewers, YoloLee. We'll see how it works out for them here.
And the thing is just like, although yes, I also agree with you as well, SeekNStrike. Like maybe they should just eager for one more round, just a little bit of security. But I just like this fresh look, you know.
I like the aggression. I think it's necessary here, but they gotta win this round here. It is so important. They need at least a third. And nice pick. They bait out Asterix here and they double peek him. And now that's 5 enemies into the mid lane for RRQ. They're gonna be peering into B heaven, trying to find any enemies as they will now take that operator. Nox Jack, seeing what he can see. There's 2 enemies here as the spray will just miss. Paint canisters coming through. They have the team behind him. Flash, but only briefly. Adrian King is able to get the spray onto one, dropping back before Sage returns the favor, and that are going to relinquish the control. But it's at least now a 4v4 even fight, YoloLee.
Oh man, now 3 versus 4 here. As he slowly pushes into the mix. Oh, here comes the fault line, trying to push it back. But that just shows that he knows exactly where he is. By the way, Frosty was able to put Blaze King down to the ground, trying to be able to tie things up for the table. Coming in for the head, but Sally, the shot is not landing at all. Did tag Talon 7, but Talon 7 was able to punish him even more. Still going down the line here with the double kill for himself, making it a 1v2. Rest, Super Sis, all hands on deck here. You're the last man standing. You gotta clutch this for the team, and he's trying to go for it as well. But sadly, Fire was like, no clutch round for you again.
Nah, Boom Esports, they have to be kicking themselves there. The spray is just not in order there. You know, shots 1 through 5 clearly missed. Shots 5 through 8 missed. Bad recoil control, yada yada. The copy pasta, but it just really not in their favor there. And they're going to suffer. But hey, a very big round for RRQ. I said they needed to deliver, and they did just that. They're unable to hold on to that operator, however. So the eco is still looking okay. Thankfully, King Leo, like I said, has extra money to play with here. So he's just going to roll with the Bulldog for this round. Full Vandals, and again, Asterisk on this operator with the heavy armor. We'll see what he can get done as he'll set up in the mid lane.
Yeah, the gamble really worked out for them here. But anyway, now this is the last one before we swap to the second half here. Now RRQ, now it's their job to try to rack as much points as possible. But of course, this is split. This is a defender-sided match. So the fact that Boom is also able to rack up quite the amount of points for themselves, it is going to be proving very useful. Maybe just in the second half, it's going to be a consistent. Oh, beautiful engagement entry coming from the side here. Now it's going to be down to a 3v4, but the Rolling Thunder gonna try to force them back, and it's gonna be allowing Notorious to reposition itself back towards this B tower and hold that angle.
Man, Boom Esports are getting outplayed hard in this mid lane with the double peaks, and shoutouts to RRQ for executing on that, because that's not easy to do, especially against a Jet operator. Very, very nicely done here, and that leaves them a lot of room to play with here as Nox Jack rotating out through. He's gonna get shot in the back. His evil sister there, Super Sis. One more in the mailroom. Notorious is not gonna be able to find the sweep he's looking for score there. 4 versus 1 here in favor of RRQ on the last half of attack.
Oh, dude, the communication was a little bit slow on the dot as well. Like, instantly when he got backstabbed, his teammate was actually just right next door. And it took a little bit too slow to actually check that corner too. But anyway, now 30 seconds left here. Spike's already been planted. 1v4. Can this man make the play? But NextJax with the positioning and the rotation picks up 3 hits in this round.
The Cypher actually scouting him there with the camera, so there's very, very little chance of him actually getting anything done there. They're all running at him for 3 different angles, and he's only one man. He can only do so much, YoloLee.
Yep, he's only one guy. This is still a team-based game. Although sure, he can try to clutch it, but it's always more better to work with the team here with that synergy.
Yeah, exactly. Now, we don't have an operator here on the side of RRQ. Instead, the presence mid lane is going to have to be coming most likely here from talent on the Sage, right? Removes a lot of avenues attack, at least for 30 seconds. So do expect to see that Sage. Already we can see it set up at the wall there in B Heaven. So we'll see here how Asterisk can actually get it done on attack. 15 and 8 is a very respectable first half, absolutely. But I think eventually RRQ were able to actually get the read onto him and outplay him there. So we'll see how he can recover now on the defense, YoloLee.
But remember, this is also a defender-sided map as well, so maybe RRQ will be able to take a few rounds and say, ooh, nice pickup on the spy cam as well. But with the Cyber Cam, it's going to try to slow things down. Boombot, there goes the Boombot, the Roomba, going to be trying to scout up for any player. Finds spot, but ooh, almost got a nice pickup for the set, but actually could be able to put one to the count. But NextJax pulling the win here, and of course with the base shell was able to take the 3rd member on Notorious, making this to a 2v4.
He's actually got another paint shell as well, and some lit members to throw that one right at, so Asterisk does not want to be peeking this one whatsoever. The rest of RRQ, they know all the utility's been now dropped, so they're going to rotate all the way on over, just flicking to the camera. Whoa. It's all okay. Oh, but it actually rotated on through. Rotated around. You scared me there. Again, just very, very lit. They're going to spot one, but Cypher, he's only actually seen the rays. They have no intel on this jet. They don't know where the spike is exactly, but now rotating on through. They're quite confident. They're in back of sight now, but A control has been seeded. If they can get a spike plant here, I think that's actually a pretty big win for RRQ. Extra money in the round. You're unlikely to actually win it. I say that, though, but SuperSys with an excellent pick all the way from Heaven from the lower back of sight. Now flashed briefly here. We still have one more available. Perma Flash now has talent. Will be able to make the swing. Picking off both, and the defuse going the way. Nicely done. Good win by RRQ.
No, really well played this time as well. And the position coming for the rest of the members of RRQ, they know they have flash points, they engage. It's just a matter of how they're going to do this as well. So finally, with one beautiful flash, they actually hit from angles. So even if one of them were to fall, there's still 2 other members to really follow up with this. But then again, NextJax really doing the next level plays here with that engagement in that second half.
Yeah, that was crazy, and shout outs to Asterisk as well for really letting that happen. They actually had no intel on the jet. They weren't sure if they were rotating around. We saw Cypher checking and flicking over to the spy cam there located in B main for a few times. So that's why they actually did not go full all in, because there's no way they win that if Boom Esports actually make the call to just rush them. But unfortunately, Boom, they don't have the intel, and now they're going to be up against the anti-eco, and of course, there's going to be the wall mid, so that's going to be delaying it for just a bit. Although, you know, the jetpack's over on over. SuperSys is ready and prepared. It's going to be knifing down this wall slowly but surely. Let me in! Let me in!
Let me in indeed! By the way, still, we can see Boom Esports taking the slow pace, again, Vanish instead. He wanted to try to make the cowboy plays, but you cannot pull off any cowboy plays in front of the cyborg cowboy himself here.
Can't be done. SuperSys though, possibly? No, sprayed down by the Spectre. They're now rotating one more over, but these 1v1 engagements are not really going to go away, even with the paranoia though. They're still spraying him down. His fire was not hit. Adrian King at least is able to swing on through and trade it, but they know that there's a Sage here quite lit now in back of Heaven, as the rotations will be made over. The Omen is going to be lurking from behind, as they will not actually be going towards CT.
But just to recap, it all comes down to this Omen. But then again, Adrian King was able to pick up a beautiful pickup on NextJax, almost trying to minimize as much casualties as much as possible. But this is still a 2v2 talent 7. Trying to go for a couple of pre-fires here, but out of the shadows into the smokes here.
He's going to reload, but that's going to allow them to peek. Nice patience from Asterisk. Beautiful stuff there. Heard the reload coming through. He's going to run back, look for one more now. Confidence with the Spectre. It's not going to happen, though. I'm surprised, actually. Actually, very, very good stuff from Boom, from RRQ rather. The Omen, I was about to say, he should be lurking through Heaven, but he knows that A side is completely vulnerable without him at least giving the option to lurk and rotate on back. So he's able to collapse upon the overexposed Boom angle, and they pick up round 6 here. Sorry, make that round 2 on the defensive side. 8 to 6 here, and it's heating up.
This is exactly why both Omen and Cypher is such an amazing pick, because both of these agents is able to anchor down on the sides by themselves. That's pretty much why you always commonly see Omen and Cypher always handling either point A or point B by themselves. And what's even better, they are such an amazing lurker. Cypher of course is a little bit better, but still both of them is really amazing and getting a lot of information.
It's already popping off here as Astralis is able to get that entry frag. Now he's got control of A Heaven. They're actually going to call the reinforcements on over as well, as we have 2 rotating over. Even the Cypher hopping off of the site. He does have that camera, but doesn't scout anyone in B main, so they still think it's going to be possibly an A lurk through Heaven. That's the information they've got at this point. Sage, though, is not too sure. We'll throw that slow orb down in the mid lane, and little does he know there's going to be 3 members there to play with. One of his teammates hiding behind the wall, although it is about to expire here, YoloLee, and the enemies are a-coming. Enemies at the gates.
Oh, dude, this is going to be really big as well, because if you notice that if Boom Esports Cypher actually do a little bit more aggressive push towards his B, he can actually give a quite amount of information about, ooh, Super Sin, being a little bit more aggressive, push forward to get a kill on Titan 7 by fire, trading things off here, bring it down to a 4v3, they're diving right to the side here. The Cypher already did a lot of information, told the team, B is completely empty, go for it, go for the swipe. By the way, actually coming from the round by being a little bit patient, was able to cut that rotation run coming up from fire, and Blaze game putting down King Leo himself.
This is just beautiful. Boom. They really play nicely on this map. Their rotation, both teams really are so impressive here as Asterisk here, especially gets the entry frag into A. Who expects the Jet to be there? If you don't expect the Jet to be the entry fragger, right? Especially in this round. You go, maybe Jet has an operator? Nope, I'm going to be running at you and taking ramp control. Immediately that throws RRQ off of the game plan. They they capitalize on that and they pick up their first round here on the attacker side, but most importantly, that was a full buyout from RRQ, and they don't have the eco. So we could very well see the 10th round here going for Boom Esports.
By the way, coming for a couple of buys. Next, they're going to be bringing out the Frenzy, followed by 3 goals and 1 classic. And the thing is, the beautiful position coming from Asher is holding down that middle, not really coming towards the side. They're going to be trying to cut down a lot of rotation.
Look at this aggression!
Ooh, coming into the mix is all beautiful pick. And look at that, Super Sis just constantly going in, and the rest of the team just diving and piling on top of the meta. So, although RRQ had quite the good read on where they potentially might be pushing, but it's still not going to be enough.
Yeah, they weren't landing their shots there, unfortunately. The Jet just running all over them as King Leo is actually getting the kill onto Ashes with the classic before being traded away. That's now going to be the 10th round indeed for Boom Esports. RRQ, I like that though. I really do enjoy that bit of aggression. You never really see it coming on the eco round, but now they're going to have the full buy. Not quite enough for an operator here for themselves, at least with armor. So instead, we're going to see a Vandal and the full armor for NextJax. It's going to be tough here. They really need to win this round, YoloLee, on defense if they want to try and still make a chance at taking this map.
I think at this point, RRQ just really need to play with those corners and angles as well. Making full use of that 90 degrees cover. Although, yes, it does risk the fact that you might get picked off first, but you just have to do it because this is legit. Well, Boom Esports 3 rounds away, but ooh, that showstopper followed by the blast just to give him a little bit of mobility and positioning. Absolutely insane. But here comes the Boomer, followed by the dark cover. They're going to try to engage, but Talon was able to fully pick out Super Sin, followed by with the double kill. Headshot wallbang, by the way, on Adrian King. Now it's coming down to a 3v5.
They do have control of this B site, but actually the entire map is nearly closed off. There's Blaze King. That gives him a lot of support. Actually, he got the kill across near attacker spawn, so now they have a bit more of a free time as they will be peeking aggressively onto Asterisk. He's now dropped down into back of site. They know that B main is most likely secure with the Sage as well as +1 trying to rotate in through B Heaven, but here we go. The 2 double peaks as the flash is going to be perfect. The entry is just so clean. Now the Cypher looking to try and run. They're going to drop the hat though, get the location, know that he's at least evacuating the site, looking to save. They're not going to chase him down. Instead, take the guaranteed round. They're in no position here. They cannot lose these guns here, YoloLee. So it's important that they save. They're going to take the 7th round, and we go into round number 18 here. RRQ, though, they got a nice advantage here. They can buy now, rebuy rather, that is on the breach, and now the operator comes through for NextJax.
This is really great for them as well. And the thing is, I love the fact that RRQ, like, we saw it 2 times. I thought maybe it was like maybe they just like forgot to hold down that B for themselves. But then again, I guess they realized their true strength, right? Like, fine, we're great at defending, but most of all, we are more better at retaking this side and constantly just pressure them from a corner. This is going to be forcing Boom to be in a position where they have to be even more passive and aggressive.
Yeah, and that's why Heaven control is so important. They knew that they couldn't be peeking back of sight or a different angle there because Heaven was completely dominated. You had 2 enemies in Heaven, 2 coming as well from defender spawn. It's here we go now lurking into A. Heaven trying to prove it. There is an operator there waiting for them, but Astralis doesn't even care. He says thank you very much for that operator and said he's going to now continue on through the smoke. So aggressive, they're nearly overexposing himself to the Boom Buddy. Will come out. The Roomba is not going to get the kill. Instead, Astralis is securing that one, and he's not done yet. YoloLee is going to find one who lurking over 2. It's the 4K for him there as he just rushes and mows down the entirety of RRQ.
Dude, that first pickup denying that operator on next gen, that was literally so next level. Then instantly Astra getting the position as well, knowing full well they're gonna be rotating from this corridor as well. They constantly, he just waited. He was so patient about it as well as he constantly just mowed them down one by one. And even look at this replay. I thought the boom bot actually got him, but in the end he managed to pick it off.
Astra is like, no, don't worry guys, I got it. This is very impressive indeed, to be honest. The former Boom Esports CSGO player now going into Valorant. Just super aggressive. I love to see this on Split. How do you break the defense on Split? Just dash at him here. As you can see, Asterisk alone with the knives out is able to now secure A Heaven, and they will be rotating the defense over here for RRQ. Still a full 5v5 scenario as Asterisk is holding the vent. Going to see the fissure behind him, but still hold his spots. The arrow pointing the way towards victory, perhaps, or maybe towards getting picked off, as there is an enemy breach now lurking on through. Will he get the pick with the knives? Ooh, he's so close, YoloLee. They're not going to see each other. Unbelievable missed connections there will be posted. And he's going to now start to lurk right back through. He's not going to still see anyone there, unfortunately. And still back to the 5v5 as Boom Esports, they are going to look to rotate elsewhere on the map. But look at Astra. Look at he's playing so far from the rest of the team.
Dude, it's like they're still waiting for trying to find an opportunity as well. And Astra getting ready for the look.
In they
from
go.
The shadows, but then again, that's enough to give a little bit of information to where it is. But showstopper followed by the Blazestorm. Beautiful initiation. But Talon 7 denying 2 more members towards this push towards this B side. Now this is gonna be forcing Astra to quickly run. There's no more time for lurking. They're a man shot. He has to run in, but still beautiful pickup coming from Adrian Kingmaker. Finally, Astra from the back line picking up the operator. Will put Frost Mystic down to the ground.
Asterisk isn't even a lurker, man. He's just like, hey, you're gonna be in A site and I'm gonna come kill you. Like, you don't know if my team's behind me or not. I'm not really like here for the lurk. I'm just like, it's deathmatch for me here. Because he just runs at them. And he actually, I think this had to be coordinated over, but he actually decides to peek the angle. I think he got his first kill in screens there with the Blade Fury right as his team started flashing and dropping utility into B. I think trying to utilize, look at that little Kato, as utilizing maybe just the overall chaos. And, you know, once you hear the comms, they're coming B, right? We need help, we need reinforcements. You're in just full fight or flight mode, and in that scenario, flight. So he's able to take nice advantage of that and secure those last 2 kills of the round. Nice positioning. This Jet positioning on the offensive is fantastic, and now they put themselves one round away, rather, from taking the map.
King Leo getting ready to defend and hold it up, but here comes the rolling thunder, but King Leo was barely out of the range with the Cyber Kid's reaction coming in for the Kid's counter initiative, but Kid was still able to pick up King Leo from the side as he's only pushing the mixer. Actually, beautiful pickup on Talon 7. Now we're currently looking at a 3v7. But remember that is getting ready to push from the B tower from Heaven, but it's again punished time and time again. That's gonna be the triple kill on Ashley, unfortunately trying to tie this around here, but this is a 1v4, but it's not gonna be good now. And Esports will seal the deal in his first BOT.
Yeah, unfortunately, RRQ, they had Heaven control. It was just a B rush there. No smokes, no flashes, actually, to cover the cross from the long hallway into sight. Unfortunately, they're just not able to land the shots, not able to capitalize on the lack of utility being dropped there. My goodness, Asterisk with a 30 bomb here, 31, 12, and 1. That eco rating is insane, but first bloods as well of 6. He was absolutely just such a domination. They were able to defeat him on defense.
Yes.
But on attack, that's a whole different ball game.
I mean, it's definitely a whole different ball game for sure. But most importantly, I believe this is the first Jet player which you actually see playing super aggressive, super offensive like this. And the thing is this, he's fully understanding the fact that I'm a Jet. I can get away with a majority of pickoffs as well. And the thing is, we commonly see it's always like an operator, then tailwind away, shotgun, tailwind away. But there's always mostly a majority of those moves is mostly played during the defensive side. But in this attacking, when they were playing on the attack side, Astrid just goes all the way in and just forces the enemy team to be playing outside of their comfort zone.
Yeah, definitely. I know we saw RB to an extent as well do that yesterday. He was always smoking and then dashing into sight. Remember on Haven, especially on C site, he really preferred to do that maneuver. He did it a few times on A. But on a map like Split, you're definitely not expecting it, right? I totally agree with you here. The jet operator is super annoying on the defensive end, as well as super annoying here. What's one way to get rid and demolish the advantage you have of these 90-degree angles is to just dash past them, apparently.
Yes.
Very, very effective strategy, and it just completely just created discord in the RRQ lineup and the defensive, and they weren't able to respond appropriately. Really great stuff. I just super dominant performance from Boom Esports. A good effort as well from RRQ. I mean, what did you like? What things should we call out that they've been doing well here?
Honestly, it's just that the fact that they're just fully understanding the team here. Like initial stage, they're all just playing they're playing the game normally, right? Like eco, pickoffs, watching the angles. Then after that, Boom Esports just realized like, hey, they're not playing aggressive. They're like RRQ is just playing very slow, playing with their economy. They're like, all right, let's apply even more pressure. Then literally after round number 8, we see Astrid being way more aggressive than usual as a jet. Even when playing on the defensive side.
I did really like seeing how aggressive they were, especially on the attacking side. They really were able to bait out the jet operator, go for these double peaks very, very cleanly. The map rotations were good, but they just weren't prepared to deal with the lurking or the offensive jet.
Yes.
But I totally agree with your previous points. The ego control as well, just they were put in quite an economic pinch there, as all their money was basically sapped up round after round. But yeah, really impressive stuff from RRQ. I really like them on the attack, on the offensive. I think they do extremely well.
Yes.
And they've got some really standout players here too.
Hey, but don't forget about next checks as well from RRQ. Even though sure a couple they were not able to get on many rounds in that first game, but the amount of plays he did, double kills, triple kills, and RRQ despite like not really in their comfort zone when it comes out against Boom Esports, right? They're still able to get many great trades. Like the rounds is always super close, 1v2s, 1v1s. It's not like so one-sided as you guys see from the score as well. So I think in this next game, RRQ just has to play a little bit more aggressive. Okay, maybe not like super aggressive, just a little bit more confidence here, because I think they're just like, all right, we lost 2 rounds. Let's just eco again.
Yeah. I mean, we saw them try that once, right? When they went A, and then immediately we had a 5v5 kind of mad skirmish where Astrax was able to dash around. They didn't land the shots they needed, and the round kind of fell apart from there. But hey, that's what they need to be doing, though. I completely agree with you, YoloLee. Just because it didn't work out one time, one shot lands here, a little bit more utility. Maybe you have one of the ultimates to play with. That round goes completely differently, and that can allow you to take control of the map.
Yeah, definitely for sure. By the way, I just got the call as well that the panel is ready for a beautiful analysis of this first game. So, Avo, Gideon, and Player J, please take it away back on the panel.